I will always remember the day that I met the rag man. He stood about 6'4" tall. His arms were like tree limbs, strong, hard, muscular. His eyes flashed intelligence. But I always wondered, could he not find better employment? Could he not find a better job than to push his basket through the city streets, selling rags? I was in awe of him, but I was puzzled by him as well. My curiosity got the best of me, so I followed him from a distance. I remember it was early Thursday morning. He began to sing his song. Rags, rags, new for old. Give me your old rags and I'll give you a new one. I decided nothing would stop me from following this man. It was the oddest song I had ever heard a rag man sing. Nonetheless, I followed. Soon the rag man came upon a woman sitting on her porch. She was very sad and sobbing, shedding 1,000 tears in a handkerchief. Her knees and her elbows made a sad X. Her shoulders shook. Obviously her heart was breaking. Something was wrong. I hung back. I wanted to see what he would do. Then I saw the rag man stop. I saw the rag man stop his cart, and quietly he approached the woman. He bent down to look at her face to face. He bent down and he said, "Give me your rag, woman, and I will give you a new one." But she did not look up. She continued to sob into the handkerchief. So he slipped the handkerchief from her hand, and in her palms he placed a new and bright one. She looked at, then her eyes opened, and she blinked from the gift to the giver, and from the giver to the gift. Her weeping ceased, but then something so unimaginable happened. He put her handkerchief to his own face, and he began to sob uncontrollably. She had no tears, but her tears were upon him. He returned to his cart, and through sobs he sang his song. Rag, rag, new for old. Give me your old rags, and I'll give you a new one. I had to follow, and follow I did. I was compelled to follow him. I was driven to follow this man. Next, he found a young girl sitting on a porch in the poor side of the city. She had a blood-soaked bandage tied around her head. The bandage covered a gash so deep. A single line of blood flowed down her face. So young, yet wounded so deeply, the rag man had to stop. He was compelled to stop, and I was compelled to see what happened next. I hid behind a wall to see what happened. It was amazing. He came to the child and bent down so that he could see her eye to eye. Her eyes were so empty. Give me your rag, little one, and I will give you mine. She could not move. She could not even speak. So he carefully removed the bandage from her head. And from his cart he pulled a bright yellow bonnet and placed it on her head. But then I gasped at what I saw. He tied her blood-soaked bandage around his own head, and with the bandage went the wound, for his head began to bleed, and a single line of blood now streaming down his face. But for her, no wound, no blood, no distress. Now, with great mission in his stride, sobbing and blood streaming down his face, the rag man took his cart and journeyed further into the city, singing his song. Rags, rags, new for old. Give me your old rags and I will give you a new one. I now had to run to keep up with the rag man. With every step he stopped to exchange new rags for old. I was so tired, but you see, I had to follow him. I was compelled to follow him, driven to follow him from a distance. As darkness filled the sky, the rag man, tired, sobbing, bleeding, could not there to pass another weary soul, so he made one last stop. He saw a man, a poor drunk, unconscious, curled up beneath a piece of cardboard, and an army blanket rolled over his body. The ragman tiptoed over to the forgotten drunken soldier, took his blanket, wrapped it around himself. For the drunk, he left new clothes. The ragman returned to his cart, now stumbling with drunkenness, and sobbing and bleeding from his head, and other wounds and sicknesses and diseases he had traded within the city. He was tired, he was weary, he was sick, he was disease-ridden and full of sorrow. He slowly made his way to the end of the city limits, to a junkyard no less. There, with all the energy he could muster, he climbed to the hill at the top of a small garbage heap and lay down. His head pillowed with a handkerchief and an old army blanket. There, the ragman died. I could not bear it. My strength left my body. I wailed and I wept and I moaned as I collapsed to the ground. For I had come to love the ragman. Every other face faded in the wonder of who he was. I sobbed myself to sleep. I was so tired and so empty. I slept through Friday. I slept through Saturday. But Sunday morning, I awoke to a violence. I awoke to a violence that I could not see. My eyes blinked, and I looked, and I saw, and there it was, the radiant, pure light. I struggled to open my eyes, but there it was, there he was, the ragman, wonder of wonders, alive, folding the army blanket, the handkerchief, and the once blood-soaked bandage, a scar on his forehead, but he was alive, and he was healthy. No sign of sorrow, no sign of sickness, no sign of age, no sign of disease, and all the rags that he collected throughout the city lay next to him, clean and shining. I called out to him, "Ragman!" And then I said, with full force, I ran to the ragman. I fell down before him. "Please, please take my rags. Dress me too. Dress me too." And he did. Yes, I will never forget the day I met the ragman.